Okay. So the second other thing is to be clear about what it is that we're going to be talking about. It's important we're all on the same page even before we make progress. And what I'm about to do is to help each and every one of us on this call add one more financial game plan to what we currently have. And I know everybody's already making money in one way or the other, but I will add one more extra source. And the one I'm about to add is what will have to do something with being able to own a business. And in the light of what has happened in the world globally in the last couple of months, each and every one of us now know that we all need to find ways and means to increase the possibilities of making cash flow, especially for those who have jobs and most people who are self-employed. We're seeing what has happened with the lockdown seriously affected those areas of making money. Oh, really? Oh, apologies. Mr. Sam, thanks very much. Let me see. Okay, Mr. Sam, I think the screen is moving now.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Oh, apologies. At some point I paused it. Okay. Thank you very much for the feedback. Thank you so much. Okay, so this was the slide I was talking about initially about us being able to attach this to some area of our life that we want improvement in. And so what I was saying here was that we're looking for ways and means to be able to make cash flow in such a way that we will have leverage. And that is being able to own a business. But most importantly, also being able to have our money work for us, little made from some other sources, to be able to put them in a system or a vehicle that can help us multiply that. Now, to buttress that point, I want to talk a bit about the cash flow quadrant. This is important because what we're talking about is about cash flow. And Robert Kiyosaki has done an incredible job in helping us understand how this cash flow is made and if there are possibilities to make it better and with more leverage. And so what he did pretty much is to divide the entire world population into 4 different categories based on how we earn money. The first is employee, the second one is self-employed, and then you have the business owners and investors. Now, in these 4 quadrants, the interesting thing is how it's divided. Now, I want you to pay close attention to the numbers here. 95% of the world's population are on the left of this quadrant, 95%. And then what is available for them to share is 5% of the world resources. Now, on the right side of this quadrant, we have 5% of the world's population. But the resources available for them to share is 95%. So what that clearly tells us is that abundance exists and scarcity exists. The reality of the number of people sharing an amount of resource immediately tells you where it is possible and where better advantages exist. And the truth be told is on the right side of the quadrant. While most people start at the left side of this quadrant, we all must make a conscious effort and very decisive step to make a migration from the left side of this quadrant to the right side of this quadrant. And my focus in this conversation is on the right side of the quadrant. First and foremost, how we all can become investors. Irrespective of what you're doing as an employee, the truth about it is there are 3 ways in which you live. It's not a matter of if, it's a matter of when. Either you leave the circuit or you retire. It must happen. And each day you go to work, each day you exchange your physical effort for money, something is going on, which is the fact that you're getting older. You're going to be losing energy. But money doesn't get tired. The idea now is how do we find the right vehicle to allow our money multiply by itself? And that is all about being an investor. Now, when we talk about investment in the context of this presentation, please let it be noted that we are not talking about saving money for rainy days. That's not a good idea. Because you will agree with me that that is a very powerful prayer that always comes true every time. Problems seem to know when money is coming and then they wipe each other out. Our idea here about investment is for us to be able to buy a day in the future that we don't need to work for. What's your weekly expense? What's your monthly expense? Is it possible that your money can be in a vehicle that multiplies itself and creates that particular cash flow for you to maintain your lifestyle without having to work? That is what we mean by an investment. And so if you have that on a consistent basis, you could buy 1 month, you could buy 6 months, you could buy 1 year, you could buy 5 years. That is truly what we want to be able to share with you. And if you're so excited about that idea, when you see what it is that we're about to tell you, then you can come into a process that helps you build a business around such a beautiful idea. So what we're about to show you is the best of both worlds. One, to be an investor, and then two, most importantly, to be able to build a business, sustainable, long-term big business around that idea. And the company making that possible for us is a company called Omegapro. Now, Omegapro is doing something very simple, something generally known, but they've brought a new perspective to it, which is what is a real game-changing concept to what Omegapro is bringing to the marketplace. They're trading in the Forex market, leveraging artificial intelligence to deliver consistent profits for the customers. And that's the website of the company. It's Omegapro Trading, omegapro.world rather. So for those of us on this call who don't know much about the Forex market, especially the one I'm going to be talking about, I'll go through this just to give everybody an overview so all of us can be on the same page. Now, the interesting thing about the Forex market is two basic things. Number one is the largest financial market, and number two is the most liquid. Liquid in the sense that the money is cashable, something you could liquidate and use. Those two things are very critical to Forex. When we talk about being the largest market, we're talking about doing excess of $6 trillion on a daily basis, Mondays through Fridays. That's huge by any standard. I mean, the entire stock exchange of the whole world put together don't even do half of that volume on a daily basis. So this is huge. And now it's proven to be recession proof, which is why it's becoming part of the general conversation once more. And Forex exists for one particular reason and will continue to exist perpetually. Why? All the countries in the world do not have the same currency. As such, they also need trade to happen between these two countries. So there's a perpetual need for one currency to be exchanged for another currency in order for this trade to happen. And so long as this need exists, the Forex market will be open Mondays through Fridays. So it's an amazing market, but the big question now is, do people have the required skill sets in order to profit from the market? Interestingly, the Forex market is the only market that is so designed that you can make money whether the market is going up or the market is coming down. No other market has such design. And that is what makes Forex market unique and now requires very skilled level of expertise for people to be able to benefit from that market. Now, if you look at the beautiful picture on this slide, you see those taking maximum advantage of this market. Government, corporations, central bank, commercial bank, hedge fund, large investment funds. But today, Omegapro have created an opportunity to allow the average investor also have a very fantastic experience of the Forex market. Now, for every company, somebody or group of people must take responsibility to ensure that things are done properly. So in the case of Omegapro, we have these three gentlemen running the show in Omegapro. We have Andre Sagas as our CEO. We have Dilawar Singh as the Chief Network Marketing Officer. We have Mike Sims as also a co-founder and a strategic advisor to the company. Now, interestingly, they've achieved quite a lot in their various areas of endeavor. And under their leadership, Omegapro have been able, since October 2018 till date, reached over 100 countries. I mean, 110 to be precise. That's the number of countries where we have active customers. And so far, we're serving over 100,000 customers, and we've consistently been able to deliver results for them on a daily basis, on a weekly basis, and on a monthly basis. And we're doing that working only with regulated partners to deliver this result for our customers. Now, I want to talk about the vision of the company. This is very key because it's their reason for being. Now, what Omegapro is doing is to help each and every one of us already on the platform and those who will come after us to have premium trading experience. I mean, have a fantastic experience of the Forex market. Now, I want to break that down so that we'll understand how serious and how unique that is. Omegapro have partnered with three institutional licensed traders. And these are traders ordinarily require $10 million for them to trade for you. So they know who they're looking for and they found them, they have those customers. They don't want to trade for the average Joe like me. But under the partnership with these institutional traders and Omegapro, I can now have access to that level of expertise to even trade for my small funds. That in every standard and by every standard is experience as far as the Forex market is concerned. One second. So I'll tell you a few things about this group of traders. They have a very unique strategy for which they are using to deliver this result. Like I said, they've done this consistently for a little over 22 months right now, delivering consistent results for all the customers. They monitor the trade using artificial intelligence as well as technology, as well as human effort to ensure that this trade go correctly Mondays through Friday. But the unique thing about these traders is that they have very high level of expertise, and it also guides the kind of trade that they do in the Forex market. The focus on trade is only on low risk trade. Yes, there are trades you can make a whole lot of big percentages, but the market has been here for hundreds of years and will continue to be here. So why the rush? So our strategy is to focus on high probability trades. These are trades that have the highest possibility to close positively. Their profit margins might be small, yes, but remember we're using technology, so we can have this tiny profit multiple times in a day, and then it significantly adds up. Now, why do people choose Omegapro, and why are we confident to be able to share the Omegapro opportunity with you? One is that this company has a lot of integrity, but most importantly, we currently are the #1 company as far as transparency is concerned within this space globally. The only company that allows all our customers to be able to see what the traders are doing real time. For every trade that the traders do, whether it's a losing trade or it's a profitable trade, all customers of Omegapro gets to see that. And there is no other company in the world trading on a third-party basis for people that allow them to see the exact trades that they're doing on a real-time basis. So we're very proud of that at Omegapro. And that's why we pride ourselves as the company with the #1 record as far as transparency is concerned. Now, when it comes to risk, we're very critical about that. We follow strictly the rule of thumb, capital preservation before profit, which is why we are focused only on low risk trade to be in the game for the long term. I've already told you about our advanced technology for which we are using to deliver the results consistently. And because we are trading in a very liquid market like the Forex market, we are delivering daily trading output for our customers, and those daily trading outputs are accessible as they come. So here's the big one. You don't need $10 million to assess the level of expertise we're talking about. These are the trading packages available at Omegapro. So you're having a $10 million experience for a basic trade of $500, or a light trade of $1,000, or the $5,000 package, or the $15,000 or the $50,000 package. This is what gives you the access now to have those who require $10 million to trade for people to also trade for your own funds. That is a unique experience, and that is a premium experience as far as the Forex market is concerned. Now, for each of these packages you want to activate, there's a one-time administrative fee of $29. That helps you activate an account, and then you can have multiple packages on that account once you get it activated. Now, once you get any account activated, it takes 7 days for Omegapro to start delivering the daily trading output. And here's the promise Omegapro have given us, and they've been consistent for the past 22 months with this particular promise, which is that on a daily basis, they will deliver a 0.45% of your trading package. 0.45% daily trading output minimum. And so if you have a $1,000 account, that amounts to $4.50. If you have a $5,000 account, that amounts to $22.50. If you have a $50,000 account, it's $225 daily based on the 0.45%. And so if you have a $10,000 account, for example, that gives you $45 daily. Now, this is the promise Omegapro have given us, and this is the promise that they've delivered, like I said, October 2018 till date. Now, as interesting as that may sound, 0.45%, you have options. Option 1 is to withdraw on a daily basis if you have a significant account. Option 2 is to withdraw on a monthly basis. Option 3 is to withdraw anytime you want. But the other option is for people who see this as a vehicle truly to buy a day in the future that they don't need to work for, or truly be able to build wealth for themselves. And that is the compounding feature of these packages. So what that means is that if I allow my 0.45% on a daily basis, on a weekly basis, on a monthly basis to compound, at the end of 13 months, I will be ending up with 300% capital inclusive. 300% capital inclusive. That's how powerful 0.45% with this future of compounding truly is. I think it was Albert Einstein who first understood clearly how powerful compound interest is. He calls it the eighth wonder of the world. That those who understand it, it pays them. But those who do not understand it, they pay compound interest. And that powerful eighth wonder of the world is a future that the Omegapro company have given to us, that 0.45% can truly help people grow their income, grow their cash flow significantly over the course of 13 months. But the actual contract term for Omegapro is 16 months. So if you want to withdraw on a monthly basis, the company trades a maximum of 16 months for you. But if you so choose to compound, you have 300% capital inclusive by the end of 13 months, and that also leads to the conclusion of that particular contract. Now, like every contract like this, we also have cancellation policies in place, and it's at 30%. So how does that work? Let's say you have a $10,000 account and we've traded for you daily, weekly, monthly, and now you have about 9,900. You're still short of your initial trading capital. We can still allow you to withdraw all the entire returns of 9,900 and also demand for 70% of your capital, of which you get. So there's a 30% cancellation fee. But if you've gone through the trading process and your return from trade is already above 100% of your trading capital, you can't stop the contract anymore, but you can withdraw all your returns and then the contract runs to the end of the cycle. So those are the two conditions for cancellation policy. So this is a pretty summary of what I've been trying to talk about. Maximum 16 months, and then on or before 300% as well. So if you're compounding fully and you have 300% capital inclusive, the contract also terminates. So if you have $1,000, that's $3,000. If you have 5, it's 15. If it's 8, it's 24,000. If it's $10,000, through the compounding, you're going to get $30,000. And if it's $50,000, you'll be able to get $150,000 over the course of fully compounding the trading. So that's exactly what the product is. They say something good is always simple to explain. What I just showed you now is the Omegapro opportunity in terms of the service that they're providing to over 100,000 people in 110 countries. And whoever invited you to see that there's an opportunity like this, even in these challenging times, for us to leverage the expertise of those who have dedicated themselves to maximize this market to also help us manage our money. I know most people sometimes want to learn how to do the trading themselves. Of course, that's possible. But the reality, for example, is that all of us get sick. We really don't go become doctors in order to treat ourselves. What we do is to find the best doctors money can access and then let them use that their expertise to help us get well in terms of our health. So the same applies to what Omegapro have put together to align us with these master traders to help us manage these funds and be able to deliver this result and let our money work for us while we continue to do what it is that we're doing. So please permit me to do a few things. Excuse me. As part of our transparency in presentation, we always share a few things about the live account so people know exactly what Omegapro represents, what we stand for, and what it is that we are currently doing for those who already have active business relationship with the company called Omegapro. So permit me to log into a live account. Just give me 1 second. One second. Okay. Okay, so what you're seeing now is an active package in Omegapro. This is what an active dashboard looks like. So a few things I want to show you here very quickly. The first one will be just to talk about what you're seeing, all the coming soons and all that. So if you look here, you see that I'll start with the one that is most definite, which is the bank. So what Omegapro is doing, we don't just want to be a trade-dependent company. What we're doing is to build an ecosystem around the offering we're giving to customers. So we're adding more business verticals that are related to what we're doing in order to have multiple profit out points to ensure that there's a sustainability to paying the 10 to 12% on a consistent basis to our customers. So part of that is that we're unveiling a bank, which will be coming shortly. And that bank will be an OMP money bank. That bank will be owned by Omegapro, helping all our customers globally to manage their returns on investment, be able to move into their DOM accounts, be able to order a MasterCard, and be able to use their return anywhere they want to be able to use that. The other thing we're doing is also opening our own brokerage company, so that we also have an Omegapro brokerage company also be able to profit from that. We're also unveiling our own cryptocurrency exchange in order to help our customers and even those who are not our customers globally liquidate cryptocurrency in their local fiat currencies. We're also getting registered our own hedge fund in the US market in order to also be able to serve that market more effectively. So they're all a part of the ecosystem to ensure that there's a sustainability around what it is that we're doing in terms of delivering the results to our customers. Now, the other thing I wanted to show here is if you go to live trading, where live trading takes you is our transparency platform, which is the omegaprotrading.com. Let's see. Okay. So you get to see a little literature about the Neptune strategy, but I just want to pay more attention to the numbers. So what you're seeing is that we started the strategy October 2018, and since then till now, we've done 421% gross return, which is an average of 18% on a monthly basis. Now, the customers are not getting 18%, we'll get between 10% to 12%. The balance goes to the company and the traders on a profit sharing basis. I made emphasis about risk when I was starting the presentation, so you could see the maximum historic drawdown is 23%. So to create over 400% return since inception, the maximum risk per time to capital was 23%, and I think that's healthy, about 1 to 5% in terms of risk ratio, which is healthy for people who are serious with what they're doing. Now, if you go further down, you get to see the exact percentages that the traders are delivering on a monthly basis. So you can see what has happened from January till now, August. You can see what is in August. So if you go further backward, you see all the percentages for the year 2019. You also go to 2018, you can see the things we did for the year 2018, at least for the 3 months that were active in that particular year. If you go further down now, you get to see the most interesting part of this transparency platform, where you get to see the exact percentages that the traders are doing, whether they're losing trade or profitable trade. We're confident enough to be able to give our customers real-time information and complete transparency with what is going on. You can see the timestamp and the date on the exact date and times when the trades were taken. And we're proud to say that no other company have this level of transparency in terms of being able to keep their customers abreast with what is going on with their trading activities. Okay. Now, the other thing I wanted to share very quickly is just to show how the compound interest future really works with our platform. So just give me 1 more second. So we go to business output and compounding income. Okay. So if you look at this particular account, for example, it's an advanced trader, a $5,000 account activated December 7th, 2019. Like I said, it takes 7 days from point of activation before the daily trading output starts coming out. And so if you look at the very first trading output, is on 16th of December 2019, and it was $22.73, which is 0.45%. Now, I had 2 options. Option 1 was to withdraw the $22. Option 2 is to allow it become part of the trading package and then gives me an extra 10 cents by the next day. Now, yes, it's 10 cents by the next day, but if I like I did, I kept the consistency of totally allowing them to compound 100%. The same account that paid $22.73 on the very first day, as at the last day I got paid on this particular account, it was $52.35. Now it's 1.05%, but what actually this is 0.45% of 5,000 plus the total trading output of which I've gotten, which is now over 6,500. Still 0.45, but no longer of 5,000, but now of 11,570. And that is the power of compounding, and that is what is really being a game changer for us as far as the Omegapro opportunity is concerned. So in another 4 months, this will get close to the 13 months, and I'll have a total of 15,000 from this particular trading activity. And I can now decide whether I want to withdraw everything and go home, or I want to reinvest. Everything is at your decision to do when it comes to Omegapro. You have complete control of what you need to do with your money and your trading returns from Omegapro. Okay, so that is the first part of the presentation, which is completely passive, which allows everybody to be able to take a part of their money, and allow the traders at Omegapro help you grow that particular amount of money. And everybody gets to start from that point to be able to participate in what is happening in Omegapro. I'm going to go very quickly through a second part of the presentation. So, let me see. What is going on? Okay. I'm going to go through the second part of the presentation. This second part will only take 10 minutes, so I'll be able to take questions. And this second part is completely optional. Now, it's an active part of the business, so you need to make a decision whether you want to be part of it or you don't want to be part of it. The one that is important, and I can say mandatory for everybody to participate, is the one the experts help you to grow your money. Now, this part is a part for people who get excited about the possibility that you can help other people hear the same information that you've heard, or the same opportunity that is helping you grow your money. Incidentally, this is a part of the business that, like I said, is completely optional, but this is a part people call network market. And interestingly, some of us don't see it like that. We see it as a very serious business model. Me, for one, talking with you now, have active Omegapro team in 11 countries. So by all standard, when it comes to business, any multinational shows up, I will also show up, because I have business in 11 countries. And I get paid every 7 days without fail. And that money has not come any time later. It comes on time every time. Now, why I make this emphasis is, why most of us have a lot of reservations when it comes to network marketing is that we all have the same asset. The most important asset in the 21st century is your network. If you don't have one, then you belong to somebody's own. But if you look around, you find out that those who made money, even those who made 30 billion, while all of us were locked down, the likes of Mark Zuckerberg, are those who have their networks in the billions. The challenge with being successful or not being successful in network marketing comes directly from the fact that some of us, our networks are liabilities. People only show up when we call for parties. When we call for serious things, they don't show up. But what I'm about to tell you is that if you pay close attention to this and you're open to learning, we'll have opportunity to help those who want to convert their network to an economic vehicle that can create economic prosperity for them. And that is one way we look at network marketing. And so what Omegapro have done here is to create a structure and a system that allow people to be compensated for sharing a beautiful idea like growing your money times 3 in 13 months. That's pretty much what it is. And so they pay those commissions in 4 different ways. The first one is direct sales. The second one is network bonus. Then you have a leadership pool, and you have 70-30 rule. Now, there's a disclaimer, like I said, this is an active part of the business. So if you want to make money here, there are basic activities you must do in order to earn that money. So that's why there's a disclaimer to the income. So like the name implies, direct sales. For every customer you help acquire for Omegapro, you get paid 7%. And there's no limit to the amount of 7% you can earn, because there's no limit to the amount of people you may be able to share this if you so wish. The second commission is called the network bonus. I love this, but this is most important commission there is. Every wealthy person you know today in the world is addressed as having net worth. Ladies and gentlemen, net worth comes only to those who own a network and have value that they pass through that network, period. And so this time I may not have my own value, but Omegapro have given me a fantastic value, which is to show people how to multiply their money 3 times in 13 months. And I can share that information around my network, and I'm paid network bonus on a weekly basis. So it's simple. We have a structure called the binary business structure. So you're building basically 2 businesses, one on your left, one on your right. And if you look at this example in question, let's say by the end of today, Sunday, one side of the business has $5,000 and the other side have $3,000. Now they will pay 10% on the $3,000. And the difference between the $3,000 and the $5,000 become a new volume for the next. Now leadership pool is the commission number 3. Now this is for those who want to play big, because this allows you to earn from activities happening from 110 countries. So every 30 days, Omegapro brings out 3% of its global turnover, 3% of turnover. And they put 1% in each of these pools. Pool 1 takes 1%, pool 2 takes another percent, and pool 3 takes another percent. Now to qualify, you need to do 16,000 and 24,000 business volume respectively. That qualifies you for pool 1. And pool 2 is for $60,000 and $90,000 respectively within a calendar month. And pool 3 is for $400,000 and $600,000 within a calendar month. Now you participate to share with all the people who qualify in that particular pool within the entire company within that tier. So the first one is for silvers and above. The first one silver and above. The second one platinums and above, and then blue diamonds and above for pool 3. Now this is about having leverage. I mean, earning income from activities happening in over 100 countries. An amazing commission to qualify. Now we have our own special unique feature. We'll call it the Omegapro 70-30 rule. How does this work? Sunday midnight, people are paid for building the business. This has nothing to do with the trading that the experts are delivering for us. This is for people building the business. So once you're paid, let's say you're paid $1,000. Let's say we're paid $1,000. 70% of that $1,000 goes into your cash account Monday morning. You can do as you please, withdraw, spend, do whatever it is that you want to do. 30% goes into a trading account. Now this trading account, the payment is prorated on a 10% basis for 12 months. The idea behind this is to give our customers cash flow. So it reduces the temptation for them to go fiddle with their trading packages. We want them to have the maximum benefit of the compound interest future. So that's why we brought in the trading wallet that gives them 10% on a monthly basis, on an ongoing basis for a period of 1 year. Now, so how do you get started if you like what you've heard so far? Once you take a decision to activate a package, select the package you want to activate. These are the payment options that are available. Option 1 is to pay through cryptocurrency, either Bitcoin, Ethereum, or USDT. Now, for emphasis, we do not trade in cryptocurrency. It's just a means of transfer because it's cheap, it's fast. We're entrepreneurs, so in doing business, we pay really close attention to cost. So if there are ways we can do the same thing for lower cost, we choose the latter. But there are other ways to make payments, which include ADV cash. We have bank wire transfer. We've got deposit wallet. You've got debit card and credit card option, and then we've got our OMP bank coming shortly, for which people can also make direct deposit to your Omegapro bank, get their account activated with that. For withdrawal, we've got 2 options for now. Number 1 is the Bitcoin, which is the cryptocurrency option. Option 2 is the dashboard balance. So this is more like an internal exchange that allows people to be able to do internal exchange, which helps them also to do withdrawals. Now, for leadership and reimbursement, there's an opportunity for people who are interested to be able to build career in Omegapro. And ranking and growing in leadership comes with its own incentive, which is why it may be important for you to hear about it in the next 2 minutes. Now, the first leadership level is associate. And for you to even play in this part of the business, you need to have a minimum of $500 package yourself. You would have enrolled 2 people directly, that is help Omegapro acquire 2 customers and do a business volume of $600 and $400 respectively on both legs. And then that makes you an associate. Now, if you look at the screen, you'll be seeing BV. So what BV is bonus value, and one bonus value is equal to $1, so it's easy to calculate. But once you hit the rank of associate, the rules of engagement changes. If you now want to grow in the business, you must take responsibility for those people who you have already brought into the business. So for you to become a builder, you need to help 2 people become associates, and then do the associated business volume, which is 6,000 and 9,000 respectively. So you also get the builder pin. But incentives for ranking and growing in the business starts from silver. So at silver, you're helping 2 people become builders and then do a business volume of $24,000 on one leg and $6,000 on the other leg. It qualifies you for the first leadership pool, and then most importantly, it gives you the privilege of qualifying for an all-paid expense trip, which is a silver trip. Usually is a business trip sponsored by the company within the continent where you do business. But the next one for Africa now will be happening in Dubai, and it gives a rare privilege of having a good time and a private time with the owners of the company, and at least get to hear about the vision and what the company wants to do in the coming years directly from the vision bearers. That's the unique thing about the silver trip. Now for gold level, you need to help 2 people become silver, do the associated business volume. It gives you a MacBook Pro laptop. There's another leadership level of platinum, which you're required to help 2 people become gold. You qualify for pool 2 leadership pool, and then you qualify for another luxury trip, which is the platinum trip. Actually, the next one will be a boat cruise on the Caribbean for almost a week, an amazing experience. For diamond leadership level, you're getting a branded Omega wristwatch, which is valued at $8,000. You have option to take cash as well. The other higher leadership level, the first one is the blue diamond, where you join the pool 3 leadership, and you're also getting $100,000 cash. And currently we have about 12 people who have achieved this prestigious rank in the company. And then for the black diamond, you need to help 4 people become blue diamond. The incentive is a Ferrari or $250,000 cash option. And then the final one is the crown diamond, where you also get the crown diamond ring. Having helped 5 people achieve the black diamond level, you get a Lamborghini Aventador with a cash option of $500,000. So this is exactly what is on the offer for those who want to play and above and beyond, and then take responsibility to be able to build a global business. So these are the opportunities that are valuable if you so decide to do that. And I usually like rounding up the presentation by going back to the most important slide in this presentation. If everything I've said have made sense to you, you've gotten some value from it, this is the decision-making slide. It's a slide at which you take a decision to get it started with Omegapro, get a package no matter what the package is, so that in the next 7 days, you will be the one telling the story about the fact that Omegapro really delivers the promise that they've made to its customers. So thank you so very much for your time. I would be stopping here so that I'll be able to take questions and be sure that everybody understood what it is that we've shared so far. So whether it's on the first part of the presentation that the traders are helping us produce the results, or the second part that has to do with building the business, please feel free to ask your questions. So thank you so very much for your time.